Welcome.
Good morning. I appreciate the opportunity to speak, Mr. Chair and other committee members. My name is JoAnne Berkenkamp. I direct the local foods program for the Institute for Agriculture and Trade Policy in Minneapolis. And I know we're running a bit long. I'm going to keep my comments short, but I wanted to speak to you in particular about the Local Foods Commission and its role in supporting farm to school. And I think many of our speakers this morning have spoken eloquently to the benefits of farm to school in terms of helping kids be ready to learn, in terms of getting better nutritional outcomes, dealing with the vast increase in diabetes and overweight that we're seeing among our children today. Among children born in the year 2000, 1 in 3 will get diabetes. If a child is Hispanic or black, that number goes up to 1 in 2. So, food matters. What kids eat really matters. And schools particularly matter because for many of our kids, they're getting much of their nutrition in school, and school food is their best opportunity to get a square meal. So farm to school is important to us for those reasons, as well as the potential economic benefit. In the state of Minnesota, in the federal school lunch program, there's about $100 million of food per year that is purchased for school food programs. Very little of that is local. Very little of it is grown in Minnesota, and I think it would behoove our economy if we were finding some ways to keep more of those dollars in our state. And farm to school has the potential to do that. There's also been a recent study that came out from the state of Oregon showing that when non-local school food is replaced with locally grown, the multiplier is about 2 to 1. And there are very clear economic benefits from farm to school programs. So I wanted to draw your attention to 2 particular pieces. One of the things that we at IATP have been working on is we're working in partnership with the Minnesota School Nutrition Association. That's the affiliation of school food service directors who are the ones who are really responsible for what food gets onto the tray. We did a survey with them among school food service directors across the state and found that about 40% said they are very interested in buying locally grown from farmers directly. About 60% are interested in getting locally grown through distributors, through their produce distributors, who are able to, for instance, process that product so that it's in a ready-to-use form. That reflects a very significant increase in interest among our schools. And I think, for instance, school districts like Wilmer have really pioneered how to make farm to school work. They've got models that are well developed. They're being documented and put on a website so they'll be available to schools across the state of Minnesota and nationally. And they really provide an example of how to make these programs work. So the interest among schools is rapidly increasing. The other thing I would tell you is that 17 states across the country have passed significant farm to school legislation. And that we have a list of those for you. This material will be made available to you. But this is something that's happening across the country, and I hope that it can happen here, and we appreciate your consideration.
Very good. Any questions?